Hi, I'm Jane Esselstyn.
I'm Ann Esselstyn.
And I'm Polly LaBarre.
She is
my daughter-in-law.
my sister-in-law. You were about to say sister-in-law, weren't you?
You're my mother-in-law.
She's married to Zeb.
My little brother.
Zeb.
My little brother. So Polly has the most amazing dish she made for us for Ann and Essie's 60th wedding anniversary. So she's going to tell us all about it. She's doing all the driving today. There's no recipe that we're talking
You're just
about.
my beautiful ornaments.
Yes, thank you. So take it away, Polly.
Let me wait. Before Polly goes, I just have to say, Polly is the source of all. She's the basis of so many recipes in all our books.
So many.
We count on Polly. And the first recipe that I remember using was a soup that I made when you were about to deliver Georgie, and it's called Georgie soup, but it's all Polly's thoughts in it.
Georgie's my daughter. All right, we're going to make an oyster mushroom roast. And the inspiration for this was a couple Thanksgivings ago. I had my family coming to my house, and my side of the family is not plant perfect, though they love gorgeous vegetables. And actually, my sister and I were trading recipes. My sister's an amazing cook, and she sent me something from Food 52 that really caught my eye. This idea of using mushrooms in a way that it almost forms a solid roast, which was super cool. That's
exactly how it looks. It does look like a solid, that's a great way to put it.
Right?
Solid
right.
roast.
So it was almost like, okay, could this be the meat centerpiece? And I was going to give that turkey leg a run for its money. So I have been playing with this.
This is way better than the turkey leg.
Yeah, I think so.
Yes.
So this is my umpteenth time making it. I've played with all different kinds of marinades to really just bring out the umami deliciousness of this mushroom. So let me talk about these mushrooms for a minute. These are oyster mushrooms. I'll show them to the top cam here. You'll see this is a different batch than
this is an older batch.
So I just got these today from a local grocery store. I tend to get mine from the farmer's market. There's a guy, I'm in Connecticut. They're called Seacoast mushrooms. Absolutely gorgeous. We get them at the farm from the farmer's market. But if you don't have a farmer's market, or you can't find these gorgeous, what would you call this? Like a bulb?
I don't even know. A bulb of rhizome.
Right, exactly. If you can't find these,
it's often a soccer ball size.
Yeah, often they're packaged, and you can buy it like that too. And I was talking to my mushroom guy, and he said, look, we're like the cobbler's children. We don't eat the most beautiful oyster mushrooms. My wife and I eat the ones that have been in the fridge for 2 weeks. They're still good. So whatever you can find, oysters come in blue, pink, yellow, gray. They're amazing. So let me just tell you how I'm going to prepare the mushrooms, and then we'll get started on the recipe. I have learned how to basically debone a mushroom, because you'll see this inside part here. This is not edible. You don't want to eat that. You just want the yummy sort of mushroom
Is it
caps.
just like chewy? It's not like inedible poisonous.
Well, it's so chewy that it's just not fun.
Fibrous.
And the reason why we use oyster mushrooms for something with a really hearty marinade is that they have almost a tofu-like quality where they take on the flavor of what you put on them, and they're really absorbent, which is great.
Wow.
So you see how I kind of deboned that? And it doesn't matter if you have little scraps.
Right. Could you eat that? Could you slice that in thin pieces?
Anne would try that. I wouldn't. And I'm going to continue to sort of just take off the little bits. You can almost feel the bits that are too fibrous. And you basically want to start to just have these gorgeous little petals. And that's what we're going to use for the recipe. And I might have Jane continue to sort of debone and prepare.
Do you want to have them individual petals?
It really doesn't matter. This is not
I like
fussy.
them all together.
Sometimes together. If they fall apart when you're cutting, the whole point of this is don't get too fussy. Just sort of keep plowing through, because otherwise you're going to feel like this is tedious. And see, I'm just throwing these things out. Look, fast, no big deal.
Okay.
I'm going to do those. So that one's basically done.
So wait, look, a top shot here. I'm going to debone all around this stuff. This kind of looks like it's dark and
yeah,
stone-like almost.
And one thing you'll notice is we didn't quote unquote wash these. You never want to wash mushrooms. We often get mushrooms they're grown in a medium from the mushroom guy. You might have a mushroom guy or a mushroom gal, maybe.
We have a mushroom couple here in Cleveland.
Or a mushroom
at the
couple.
Shaker Farmers
And
Market.
if you feel fastidious, you can take a wet paper towel or a wet tea towel and just sort of wipe them gently. But they're very delicate, so you don't want to do. There, that was a nice deboning.
Yeah.
Okay, so you do, yeah. So,
And by the way, will you please talk about the knife you used to debone, Jane?
I wanted to, but she was speaking. This was my birthday gift from Polly to me. It is the most amazing. I'm going to say it wrong. Thank you. Say it again.
Shun
Knife, and it is a left-handed person's knife because we have
Southpaws. Let's make the marinade while Jane is doing this. Okay, so this is a rich umami flavored kind of marinade. I'm going to do 2 tablespoons of tamari. Would you do 4 tablespoons? No, this is not tamari. This is balsamic. You do 2 of those.
Where's the tamari?
Where's your
please?
tamari?
Jane.
It's right behind.
Behind. Okay. I'm going to do 4 tablespoons of balsamic. Or here, I'll do that. And then we want 2 tablespoons of tamari. This makes enough marinade to then baste halfway through, which is great because then you really get that yummy caramelized feeling.
Did you say you want?
Should I do
want
these two?
4 of
Should I do
those.
these two?
Yeah, let's do it. I think that'll be a good amount. So we want 4 of those. And I'll talk to you a minute about paprika. So this is the spice we're using in this dish. Paprika, I find confusing. I don't know about you. There's smoked paprika. There's Hungarian paprika. There's sweet paprika. I'm using sweet paprika in this recipe. I get a lot of my spices from this purveyor, Burlap and Barrel. They're absolutely amazing. They go all over the world and they work with artisans and help build their businesses. But you can get this at the grocery store. Just look for sweet paprika, or if it just says paprika, that's probably the sweet paprika. You can also use the Hungarian paprika, which has a really kind of bold and tangy sort of flavor. So either of those would be good. I don't love the smoked in this, so we're not going to use it for that. Okay.
I used smoked in it a little. I used both actually, and it was okay if people like smoky flavor.
If you like smoky flavor, I'm going to put, let's put 2 teaspoons of the sweet paprika in. If you like smoky, put 2 teaspoons of smoked as well. You could do both. All right. And then I'm going to put in 6 minced garlic cloves, large garlic cloves, and minced very fine.
Holly is a garlic freak.
I am a garlic freak. I confess.
You are actually.
She's the acid queen. I'm the garlic. What?
Garlic freak.
The garlic freak. Okay. All right. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. Tomato paste. We're going to do 2 tablespoons. And while I do that, I guess we only have 1 tablespoon. So this isn't really.
Here, I have a tablespoon of thing.
Do another tablespoon. Can you do the maple syrup? I think we should use.
It broke off, but it's so helpful.
Woo!
Yeah.
What I like is it's going to be easy to lick this.
Yeah. Oh gosh. So Jane and Anne like maple syrup more in their recipes than I do, I think. So I put in. Last time I did this, I put in twice as much. What was that? 2?
That's 1.
1. Let's do
1.
2. Yeah, that was 2 as
They're
well.
too scant.
Yeah, you can do like a little bit more. You can do 2 or 3.
Is that okay?
See, that's
too.
Yeah, that's a little thick.
Okay, that's what I was curious about.
Yeah, that's where the first time I
chewy.
did it, I left those in. I think you and I thought it was
a little
rather
chewy.
fibrous. All right, so we have tamari, we have balsamic, we have maple syrup, we have tomato paste, we have garlic cloves. I had a half cup of water. Just going to throw half a cup of water in to give it a little bit more volume. We have the paprika. Jane, where's your giantess pepper?
Fo fum. Here she is.
Okay, my gosh, I feel like, oh my goodness.
Isn't it the best? Don't you feel like you're Jack and the Beanstalk?
Oh,
Oh, this
Jack
really
o'
gives
Lantern?
you a nice amount.
Yeah.
Sorry. Okay, about a teaspoon. So I don't know. That was 6 grinds. And then,
Oh my God. Airborne.
Excuse me.
And what's
Then-
this? What's this you're grabbing?
Oh, look at that beautiful plants only pot.
And
How
that's
cute.
for our little fresh rosemary.
Oh, that's great. So I'm going to take one sprig of fresh rosemary. We're going to use the other sprigs for the cool setup for how we actually bake this. Excuse me. And I'm just going to chop that up to throw in.
And she's
that's
using
the
a
marinade.
right-handed knife.
Oh gosh, I'll be fine. I'll be fine. Jane,
I have the left-handed knife.
yeah. Jane and Brian are brilliant. They have an onions only cutting board,
Which is underneath right here.
which I cut all the garlic on. Normally at our house, we cut the garlic and the onions, and then we cut the watermelon and the mango, and that's usually and our daughter just spits it out at that point.
I would too. I'm with her.
Okay.
I'm trying to debone these, but they somehow move when you're not looking.
Yeah.
I don't know what I've done.
All right. I think that's we can sort of get started on the assemblage, which is the fun part of this. Okay. Let me take over the mushrooms because I have another task for you,
Thank you.
which is to cut. These all look great. So we basically have here a pile of deboned mushrooms ready to go. If you're going through them as you start to assemble and you feel these sort of fibrous bits, you can just cut those off. Jane is going to help me start assembling by cutting 3 or 4, depending on the size of your pan. We're going to use this lovely big roasting pan.
Okay.
And so we're going to cut those in half. I like to cut an onion stem to stem. That's a nice way to do it. And you can either cut off the ends before or after and then just, take the paper off. And then Anne and I, you stirred this up, right?
Yes, I've been.
You know what? I might, that's good. That's great. I might even put a little more.
Garlic?
No. I was going to say water. So what we're going to do is take these beautifully separated mushrooms and I'm going to use my hands. My hands are clean. And then just very, very gently coat the mushrooms with the marinade. Okay.
And you can feel for any stems I may not have gotten.
Yeah, I'm doing that right now. That's great. This is your little feeler. So you just want them lightly coated. Great. There we go.
Gosh,
See how
this
beautiful
knife
that is?
is so
I know what
sharp
the
and
end
good.
product looks like, and I can't imagine what you're going to do from that now.
I know.
to
How
make
do you
it
get
do
this
that.
into the pan? All right. Okay, so we actually are going to get started. I should have washed my hands before I did this. Okay, here we go. We're going to can you get the 3 skewers?
Here.
All right. Here we go. 3 skewers.
All right.
And then we have the twine.
Twine is in my
twine?
blue pan,
Okay.
which I will.
Jane,
I
where's
can
the
get-
twine?
All
right
right,
here.
we're going to get the twine. So what you're basically going to do is throw your onions.
I have these skewers too. If
Thank
we have more
you.
than we needed.
Great,
and more
yeah.
twine.
You're going to throw your onions are your base.
Oh,
Can you
I'm-
cut off this little tail. I know,
Yes.
I'm getting ahead of myself. And then you're going to take 3 skewers. And Wade, tell me if you're getting this. This is how I learned how to do this. I take the 3 skewers. You can use these sort of bamboo wooden skewers. Jane has these
Look, I have
awesome
holes so you can write the twine right in there.
B5 bow I'm just going to
Huge
use these
ones.
because these are probably more readily available for people. So did you see how I wound? This all stays together when you wind it. You can do this without any help, which I only discovered the second time I did it. And then I just tie it. I tie it twice with a little knot.
Oh, I'm getting weepy eyes over here
Oh.
with my onions.
All right, let's cut that guy. I guess we've got scissors. I don't need to use the knife. Okay. So, excellent.
But I have a little bit of.
Sorry, we've got a whiny puppy in here.
It's all right. He's not happy in or out.
All right, exactly.
So do you want another one? Should we go
I
for
would say yes. It's better smushed. And talk about how much
Oh.
you love these onions.
My favorite part of this dish is the onion. Well, not the favorite, but I can't believe how delicious these onions are, baked with the mushroom and the sauce. Oh,
Well, all the marinade drippings must be
and
delicious.
I've used them for even in salad at the end. I mean, they're crazy good.
They are. And so we coat
And I
the
think
bottom.
you should always get sweet onions here. I like
Yes,
those.
yellow sweet onions. I'm sorry I didn't say that. 3 or 4 yellow sweet onions, depending on the size of your pan. So you've got your kind of little triangle of 3 skewers, and we're going to just start.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, we just start throwing them on.
Oh
and
my
again,
gosh.
you think, oh, is there an art to this? No, there's no art to this. It doesn't matter. It is completely forgiving because they just turn into one melded not mush, let's not say it's a beautiful roast.
Yes.
And it seems a little bit of a shame almost because the oyster mushrooms are so gorgeous in their beautiful, pristine form, and we're kind of
Well, you're putting
taking them
back,
apart and putting them back together.
You're putting them back in their form.
Exactly. The first few times I did this, I was so fastidious and pristine and thought it had to be perfect, and now...
And I took a video of her doing it, or maybe it wasn't the first time, the second time.
Polly, so you're not putting them on like the gill first. You're not
You know what? I've learned to do... I go back and forth. Because
alternate gill
and
gill to gill.
But again, I'm just not super
gill to
picky
gill,
about it.
then back
And
to back.
What's
then
helpful
gill to
is
gill.
I assemble it over the onions, so you're already getting drippings.
Dripping on
You're
the
getting the
onions.
drippings in. So
You're so clever. You see, I think with this, do you put it this way or do you go this way with it?
well, ultimately, so see these 2 little handy skewers, or we could use your
See,
gorgeous
the longer
ones.
ones would be
You could.
Oh,
with a
look,
bigger
look.
pan.
But this is how you.
Somebody
Uh-oh.
fell off.
Yeah, that's okay. You ultimately lay it like this. But so we have a little bit of a process. Maybe Wade will speed this up for us so you guys don't have to watch this whole thing. But this is you just keep
let's
going.
speed it up and maybe Ann and I can poke some on too.
Yeah. So we're getting to the end of the mushrooms and the end of the skewers.
And to but now we're only on the little ones.
We've got all the little bits and bobs in here. You
Let's
want to
give a
hold
good-
that up?
Yeah. So these are just little ones that are kind of hard to get on the skewer.
So let me show you what I'm
Polly
gonna
has
do.
a trick for the little wee ones.
Well, and this is all part of the roastedness of this. So what I just take is just all this delicious goodness, and this is almost like marinating it more, and I sort of fill in the gaps.
Oh my
God.
gosh.
And it just gives it
Did
delicious
you invent
Thanksgiving
that
raft
idea?
of yumminess.
I guess so, yeah.
Wow,
You know, because you
Polly.
can't waste a thing. Now, there's a teeny bit of marinade here. Halfway through the baking, about 20 minutes through the baking, I'll just open the oven and, almost baste it right on. Now, what I tend to do,
Rosemary.
we got to put the rosemary in. We're missing one ingredient, which is underneath the roast. We'll put 4 sprigs. Just take the spears and throw them horizontally, across.
That way?
Well, yeah, horizontally that way.
Okay.
Yeah, there we go. And those will sort of bake in with it.
Look how absolutely
Let's
beautiful.
do one more.
Do you want this one?
Yes.
It smells like
please.
this. You know what? These smell like pine trees.
I know,
They're so
they
fresh.
smell wonderful. All right. So this feels very Thanksgiving holiday, whatever you celebrate, or just special occasion.
But I love
kind
how
of
it feels. To me, it feels like a
meal.
Polynesian raft.
Just a
Yeah.
Sunday
Where
night
Where did
dinner.
your scissors go? I'm going to do another. You have a wall full of scissors.
We do.
So we're just using regular twine. This is probably from the garden shed. You can use whatever you have, kitchen twine. I like to tie this end so that it has a better chance even of getting
Closer
more
together.
Yeah, baked
That's
together
clever.
to become kind of more of a unit, a single roast.
Oh.
Oh, Holly.
Okay. So
Now I know if I want a taste of something to just take a little taste off the top
Yeah.
instead of trying to take one of
the last time I did this at the farm, Anne was pulling it off while it was still baking, but that's a sign of a good recipe.
All right, so we're gonna bring it.
I'm going to show you what it looks like. It looks pretty impressive even before it's baked. It's ready to go. We're going to put it in the oven at 350. If you have a convection oven, that's always a good idea. Then it cooks all the way through, but not totally necessary. And we'll put it in for 20 minutes.
All right, in it goes. Here, can you open this thing? I have
Sure.
Wade see me put it in. All right, here in it goes.
There
Yummy,
it goes.
yummy. Oh, wow.
Smells good.
Woo!
Okay.
All right.
Holly, it's a masterpiece.
We'll be back in like 20 minutes to baste it.
it's been 22 minutes. We're going to take a look. I think it's smelling really
Look
good.
at that. Look at
Okay,
that.
guys, you can see it's starting to brown a little bit. So we've got a little bit of this marinade left. Let's just put that juicy goodness on top.
All that poly garlic.
Yeah. I don't know if any of you have one at home, but I have a little silicone brush, which is awesome for this kind of thing. But look, a regular old spoon works just as well. All right, so we put that in. We're going to put that back in for about 10 more minutes because I see it's already starting to brown, so we're getting there.
Ha! Wow! Can't wait.
All right, the moment is
Woo!
Let's see.
Oh,
Beautiful.
my God.
Oh, yeah, that's
It is
roasty.
It looks so
Yum.
much.
Yeah, you
oh
can
my gosh.
see that the edges are kind of browned. It actually looks like a real roast.
Oh, it does.
Yes.
Show it. Let's go to top cam. Can you,
Okay,
it's
top cam.
Can you hold? Can you,
Is that a good view?
is we top cam in it? Nice, Polly. Look
great.
at that.
Holly.
I got my little weightlifting in today, too.
Yes.
Okay,
Wow.
so this is super hot, but this has never deterred Ann Esselstyn once. Wait.
Wait.
Hold
I
on,
don't-
Ann.
I can't wait.
You gotta wait. Okay, so you can take this, you can take a look. I would recommend that you let it sit for 10, 15 minutes, and then it really is perfectly suited to go to table. And then I serve it just like this. The only thing I do is I snip this little end, and then the serving is
you
basically I slide, or you tell your guests to just, now this is boiling hot right now. You just tell your guests, okay, you just slide. Let me slide you a little portion, Ann, because I know you're going to be good for this. Okay. This isn't set up for a lefty. Okay. Here we go.
I'm with you.
Here, I'm just going to slide it right on the plate.
that is so clever.
There you go.
a little bit
Oh,
of
Give some
roast.
to Jane.
so clever.
So you just, that's how you serve yourself. A
Oh.
little bit of, that looks great.
Wow.
And then
Wow,
you can
wow,
also
wow.
take some of the onion.
Yeah.
The onion is great.
The onion is stunning.
And then the onions you have, because you're not going to eat all these onions. You might slice them up and people take a little bit for their plate. But for your next evening's meal or the next day, we
Sure.
take the onions and then we saute them and use them for whatever we're making.
Oh,
Wow.
this is
Let's
unbelievable.
see.
You've hit it. You've hit it.
That's it.
It's perfect.
Mhm.
I'm gonna,
Delicious.
pardon me.
Oh my God.
I'm gonna Wade here. Try this.
That's my favorite incarnation yet.
Mhm. Best.
Here, I'm coming in from Wade.
It's just perfect.
We got to get the Wade.
It's a little like. Imagine eating like a little roast, a little meat roast.
Yeah.
He liked it.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think?
Do you like mushrooms? Even I didn't even ask you.
I love mushrooms.
Oh, good. Phew.
Yeah.
Could have been risky. Oh gosh, this is yummy.
Ooh.
Did you want to kind of bite of it?
I had a bite. I took a bite.
Holly?
It's great.
Definitely
need
better
Ann
than
needs
turkey
more.
leg.
Ann needs more.
Yeah, we do.
And it's nice too because you
Please
get these
note the way Polly is serving it.
you
I
get
love
these
that.
crispy
Look,
bits on
Look,
top, but
something
then
fell.
I know Ann will go right in there. You get the crispy bits on top, but then you have this just succulent oyster mushroom, and then all this yummy sauce as well. So if you were really doing this for Thanksgiving, you could put that on top of your mashed cauliflower and potato or whatever it is you do. I'm sure Jane has a recipe for that.
We have mashed potatoes. Yes.
Right, exactly.
Which we will send you right here. On the, yummy, yummy.
All right.
Oh,
Success.
Thank you, Polly.
Success.
This
Polly.
is Potlet. I'm calling it Polly's, but again, the inspiration was from Food 52, from Melissa, from but
Came through a lot of
this has been through so many changes.
But this is
Polly.
Polly's oyster
Wow.
mushroom roast.
perfection.
Oh, thank you. Hope you guys make this. No matter how your oyster mushrooms start, when you begin with, they're going to end with this delightful, delicious roast. Or I need some more words for it. You're good with words.
umami, meaty goodness.
There you go.
Enjoy.
All right.
Nirvana.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.